Hey guys, that's an awesome movie. Oh my God. Let's give another round of applause for Logan. Logan Noir, the debut, the only screening of Logan Noir in theaters. I want to say hello to a few people. I want to say hello to Brooklyn, where I am. Thank you guys for coming out. I want to say hello, yes. I want to say hello to the theaters around the country, some 30 theaters that are watching us live. Thank you for joining us. This is going to be a lot of fun. I want to say hello to the Facebook audience that are watching. You guys didn't get a chance to watch Logan Noir, but the good news is there are many ways to watch Logan, this amazing movie. As of today, you can download it digitally via iTunes and other purveyors of that sort. And next week, May 23rd, you can get Logan on DVD in 4K and Blu-ray. And the cool thing about that presentation is you're going to get both the theatrical original version and you're going to be able to see Logan Noir as we just saw it. And I think we can all attest to the fact that that is the way to do it because it's a very cool alternate presentation of this film and works very, very well. Thank you for joining us. We're going to be joined in just a moment. As you can see, there are three conspicuous empty chairs next to me. Hutch Parker, the producer, James Mangold, the writer-director, who brilliantly has directed 2 of these fantastic Wolverine films. And of course, Hugh Jackman is going to join me in just a second. I want to mention a couple things. Spread the good word about this event and about Logan. Use the hashtag Logan Noir. Ask your questions, not you guys in the theater because you're right here already. But if you're watching at home on Facebook, ask your questions using the hashtag AskAlamo. I'm going to ask some of your questions as well. And I guess enough of me rambling, right, guys? Do you want to hear from the guys that are here? Okay, cool. And just a reminder, stick it around in your seats afterwards for those of you in theaters across the country and here. We've got a cool exclusive poster for you guys, so stick in your seats. I think they're going to bring them right to you. Without any further ado, let's get into some conversation about Logan and Logan Noir. Give it up for this amazing panel. Producer Hutch Parker. Yes. We'll bring them all out. Writer, director, James Mangold, and a man that we all know and love. There would be no Wolverine, no Logan without him, Mr. Hugh Jackman.
The claws are out, and the chops. I like it. Yes, familiar. Thank you.
We got some of the diehards, some of the legit fans are here.
Awesome.
Congratulations again, guys.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you so
What
much.
an
Thank you
achievement.
guys for coming. We really appreciate it.
So first up, I do want to ask a little bit about the presentation that this privileged audience got to see and in theaters around the country of Logan Noir. How did this idea happen? How did we get here? Was this something you always kind of intended to present in some form?
It was very much came from fans. Those of you who follow us on Twitter and whatever other social media might have gotten a lot of black and white photos that myself and some other photographers took during production. And early on, I started releasing some of the photos, and they were in black and white. And the fan response was huge. And I thought our lighting and Hugh and all the characters looked fabulous in black and white. And it just struck us that it first occurred to us that we should do it on home video and produce a black and white version. And then as we're working on it and it looked so good, we said, we want to see this on a big screen, and I think people might show up to see it. So, thank you. And you know, one of the biggest reasons to do it is because I think there's something changing out there. People are looking for things. There's a lot of film fans out there, and people are looking for things that connect to the past, things that look different, things that are new, but also old again. And I think that for a long time, studios have had an assumption that you guys need bright colors at all times to stay amused and loud sounds at all times to stay amused. And I don't think that's true. I think audiences are getting more sophisticated and more interested in seeing creativity explored all sorts of different ways. And if even just one night seeing this movie this way helps people see that there's audiences out there for a monochrome movie, for a different kind of movie in any way, that's great.
I want to give a shout out to 2 people who are here standing at the back, Chris Aronson and Steve Asbell, names you may not have heard of, but people who are this. Oh, yes. Your PR people are here, guys. But they're people from the studio, high up at the studio. But I think a lot of people assume, the studios are just very risk averse. But actually, the fostering of this idea really grew from seeds within, as Jim explained, from his photography. But it really took root with those two at the studio. So thank you, guys, because it wouldn't have happened without you.
Can you gentlemen let us in on kind of the initial conversations that led to the film we saw here and we saw it released back in March in terms of what were the first things that all three of you kind of wanted to see in this film, and were you kind of on the same page from the start, and how difficult was it to kind of get on the same page among the three and with the studio?
Yeah, I've come with a new formula. I've come to a new formula after 20 years in this business that it actually takes fewer people who fight harder to make a movie you're proud of. And so it did start, particularly Jim and I first, Hutch very, very soon after. Hutch and I worked together for 20 years, and but I knew I wouldn't have anything if Jim wasn't on board. And I think I said something, I'm trying to remember, but I might have mentioned The Wrestler. I think I mentioned...
we both, yeah, I think
when we were talking?
We were talking about The Wrestler, we were talking about Westerns, we were talking about... But the funny thing is, when you're talking about what we wanted, we both know what we didn't want. That was the first thing we both were coming from a pretty negative place of kind of going, we don't want to make another one of those movies, meaning just another one of the assembly line. Even though there's lots of people who show up for them, we wanted to make something more human, more different. I think you felt that's why examples like The Wrestler or movies like Unforgiven or, there were a lot of different movies in our heads, but they all were united by one thing. They were personal films, not corporate kind of Happy Meal moving movies. And that there was some level where we really didn't want to do that. We really wanted to do a film that somehow was a film first and happened to feature superheroes as opposed to being a superhero film. And that difference, whatever mentally it was, kind of informed everything we did and every decision we made, I think.